Good evening and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 148, part 4, using Sefer Chinuch, a mitzvah that keeps us on its way, and we're continuing the mitzvah entitled Not to Consume Blood. Other blood that is included in the prohibition but does not bear the penalty of kares, spiritual excision. Similarly, draining blood, which is blood that oozes out slowly at the time of the slaughter, after the gushing blood has come out, is forbidden by the prohibition, but does not carry the penalty of kares, spiritual excision. Similarly, regarding dam ha'averim, such as blood of the spleen, blood of the kidneys, blood in the testicles, and blood that gathers in the heart at the time of the slaughter, one is not liable to kares, again, that means spiritual excision, for their consumption, but rather he is liable to malchus, lashes. Don't think you're off the hook, folks. You just don't get spiritually cut off, provided that he eats a gazayas, an olive's volume of it. The law with regard to blood that has not separated. With regard to blood that is absorbed in the rest of the meat, which is also referred to as dam ha'averim, which means the blood of the limbs, the law is that as long as the blood has not separated from the meat in which it is found, one is permitted to eat the meat along with the blood that is absorbed within it. This is because we consider that blood as the meat itself, as long as it is not yet separated from the meat. For this reason, the sages of blessed memory permitted the consumption of raw meat without salting, as long as it was rinsed off well, so that there's no extant blood upon its surface. However, once the blood that is absorbed in the meat separates and emerges from the piece of meat, one who consumes such blood is liable for violating a prohibition, as he would be for eating dam ha'averim, again, blood of the limbs, which we enumerated above as being included in the standard biblical prohibition. Therefore, regarding one who wishes to eat meat cooked in a pot, the sages obligated him to remove the blood from the meat before cooking it. For if he would not remove the blood, it would emerge from the meat and go into the soup, i.e. the liquid or gravy in the pot, during cooking. The liquid and subsequently the meat cooking in it as well would contain blood that had separated from the meat and would therefore be forbidden. The sages found no other technique to extract the blood when one wishes to subsequently cook it, other than with salt. For salt has the inherent power to draw out the blood and dry the meat of its blood. Its power to do so is great, and it can enter deep into the meat. Even for a piece that is exceedingly thick, the salt has the power to extract the blood from the entire thickness. This matter is known and is tried and true, for we find that when a person salts a piece of meat well, as per the requisite amount that our sages have given with regard to salting, he will find that the taste of salt has permeated throughout the meat, indicating the ability of salt to penetrate the entire piece of meat. This holds true even for a very large piece of meat from a fattened ox. Since the matter is clearly so and is readily apparent, it is permissible to place any meat that has been salted in its proper amount into a pot, whether the water in the pot is boiling, warm, or cold. This is so since with regard to all matters we view the meat after having been properly salted as though all the forbidden blood within it has been drawn out of it. Therefore, we are not concerned that there is any forbidden left. Therefore, we are not concerned that there is any forbidden blood left in the meat. Okay, we'll pause there. Continue, God willing, tomorrow. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Future Mitzvah 36100 The Gold. Have a great night.